Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Mitchell Ringos. It's a light agenda for City Council's meeting on Monday, though some big dollars are on the table for Fort William Stadium, as administration is recommending the approval of $4.9 million for rehabilitation work on the site. The money will go to replacing the venue's rubber track and artificial playing field, which has reached the end of its life. Along with this, a brand new LED scoreboard will be put in. The city isn't on the hook for the whole bill, with the NOHFC pitching in $1.2 million and FedNor contributing $500,000. It's recommended the contract be awarded to LTL Contracting Limited, which administration says has met all the technical requirements for the job. Webequie First Nation and Ring of Fire Metals signed an agreement recently that moves the community one step closer to formally supporting the Eagle's Nest mining project. The company hopes they'll have the first mine up and running in the region, while for the community, this represents a chance at prosperity. Lee Noonan has more.
The Memorandum of Understanding establishes a process by which Webequie and Ring of Fire Metals will develop another agreement which would formalize the First Nations support of the mining project. Chief Cornelius Wabas says this MOU doesn't mean a final commitment to supporting the project and that they will first need to look at what would be included in the next agreement.
It's all about working together. It's all about developing a partnership agreement, a relationship agreement, which will include our youth, women and elders from our community, and also practically the whole community.
Martin Falls First Nation has also signed an MOU with Ring of Fire Metals. According to CEO Stephen Flewelling, getting those two communities on board is a key step for the company.
The two most important communities to us, which are the communities that are developing the road network as the proponents, and they're the most impacted and closest communities to the Ring of Fire. So they're our priority right now, but we'll definitely talk to other communities as required going forward.
Flewelling says the timeline for moving the mine project forward will depend on getting the Martin Falls and Webequie access roads approved. Both road projects are at the environmental assessment stage. For Wabas, moving forward with the mining development is about improving economic prospects for Webequie.
It would mean, prosperity, working relationship, opportunities, job opportunities, and also, benefit sharing, and hopefully things will start to improve in our community.
They're very motivated to advance development and improve the living standards in the community, and that means both in terms of the mining projects and the road developments.
The next step for Webequie will be to strike up a committee of community members to work with Ring of Fire Metals and determine what they're looking to see from the company. Lee Noonan, TBT News.
New home construction continues to stagnate in the Thunder Bay area, according to the latest statistics from Canada Mortgage and Housing. The CMHC says there were 12 single-detached homes started last month. That's one more than in November of 2021. And as for multi-unit residences, there's just one duplex that broke ground last month. As for the year to date, there have been 105 single-family homes started during the first 11 months of 2022. That's down slightly from 107 in the same time period last year. The total number of home starts, including multi-unit residences, is exactly the same as last year at 182. New home construction in Thunder Bay has fallen dramatically over the past decade and bottomed out in 2020 with just 152 total residences being built before rebounding slightly over the past 2 years. The RFDA and Camview Nordic Centre are collectively getting more than $283,000 in Ontario Trillium funding. The nonprofits are using the money to ensure they can continue to provide quality services to our region. Vasilios Bellos explains.
An exciting announcement for two local nonprofits in the city, as the RFDA and Camview Nordic Centre are splitting $283,000 in Ontario Trillium funding. It was announced by Thunder Bay Atikokan MPP Kevin Holland, with Camview receiving $150,000 of those dollars. It'll be used to purchase a new cross-country trail groomer expected to arrive in the coming weeks, replacing their current one, which has reached end of life. The new groomer will mean better skiing conditions while being more environmentally friendly. Camview GM Dave Suddy says this is their most important machine when it comes to trail quality.
probably is our number one grooming piece of equipment when we have the right amount of snow and stuff like that. It's the machine that goes out and it tills up the snow and gives us a nice corduroy, gives us the nice tracks that you see around here too. It works great in spring conditions when the snow gets a little bit on the icier side with the tiller on the back and things like that. It can process the snow and make the skiing experience 100% choice.
The remainder of the funding, just over $133,000, will be used on the RFDA's processing room, which plays a crucial part in their operations. It allows them to prepare food for the community more efficiently. The RFDA's Brendan Carlin says the money will be used on plumbing and electrical repair, while also expanding the foods that can be processed in the room.
We want to add on a meat processing area, wild game in particular, which involves certain regulations from the health unit. So we'd like to make those upgrades as well, which we're now going to be able to do. I believe we have all the equipment ready to go. We might have to get them inspected, but we're pretty much ready to go once we get that done.
Vasilios Bellos, TBT News.
After a 3-year hiatus, members of the Portuguese Association of Thunder Bay were able to gather once again at the Portuguese Cultural Center to celebrate the center's reopening Saturday evening. Portuguese Associate member Julio Gomes says they're excited to have everyone back.
It's very exciting to have so many people in the building. It's wonderful that we're able to be open again to welcome members of the Portuguese community as well as the Thunder Bay community at large. Christmas is just around the corner, and we wanted to take this opportunity to celebrate, bring everybody together, and know that we're going to have a better and brighter 2023.
The event also recognized the Community Building Fund grant that the association received last year from the Ontario Trillium Foundation. Over $43,000 was given to the association, which Gomes says has allowed them to pay their utility bills, purchase personal protective equipment, sanitizing stations for the site, and keep them virtually connected to the community. Suzanne Sterling, a volunteer with the Ontario Trillium Foundation, says it's important to support organizations like the Portuguese Association because they help people stay connected.
Without that connection, organizations lose that sense of community and that sense of belonging. And then the organizations have to rebuild. Ontario Trillium Foundation did not want that to happen because they recognize the importance of those small communities.
Gomes adds that the grant also allowed them to increase their online presence with a website which will be up and running soon. Sleeping Giant Brewery saw dozens of furry friends this afternoon for Santa Paws, a collaboration with Paws for Love, which invited pets that lived in the area to come down and take some creative holiday pictures. Jessica Clement has more.
For the first time since the pandemic, the brewery was crowded with pets who were eager to meet Santa and each other. The event saw plenty of cats and dogs, with many furry friends dressing up in their best outfits for the pictures with jolly old Saint Nick. The event is in support of Paws for Love, a local not-for-profit dog rescue, and Andrea Mulligan, co-founder of the Sleeping Giant Brewing Company, says she's excited to be able to collaborate again.
A great synergy with craft beer is people love their pets, and most beer drinkers are dog lovers or pet lovers of some sort. So it's just a wonderful way to help an organization in the community, but also just bring people together over a great beer and a furry friend.
It's been absolutely wonderful. The last time we had over 100 people come with their animals. It was amazing, and it's just fun. People get together, they enjoy. Drink a good beer, and then we go from there.
The event brought together pet lovers of all ages, and we spoke to some pet owners who said they were happy to come by and support Paws for Love.
Yeah, we actually foster with Paws for Love, so we wanted to come and support them, and I love seeing all the dogs. I also kind of hoped we might see a dog that we fostered before, so a whole bunch of reasons to come.
And Calla loves meeting new dogs, so we wanted to bring her so she could say hi.
Attendees were also able to meet Mac and Daisy, 2 8-week-old puppies who were both microchipped, vaccinated, and ready for their forever home. Residents who are interested in adopting any of Paws for Love's dogs or just want to support the organization can find more information on their website. Jessica Clement, TBT News.